Hello guys, welcome to Coding Essentials. Today's topic is string and string methods. First, let's talk about what is a string. String is a character or set of characters. For example, A is a string or ABC is a string. Okay, now let's talk about assigning the value of string to a variable. String will always be surrounded by either single or double quotes. For example, x equals coding in single quotes or x equals essentials in double quotes. Both can work. Let's see in the Python shell x equals coding in single inverted commas. Now if we use the double inverted commas and change the value to essentials, then it should print essentials. So there you go. But it will always give single inverted commas in the output whether or not you have used the single inverted commas in assigning the variable. Okay, now let's go to multi-line string. Multi-line string can be declared using three inverted commas like no pressure, no. So when I entered, it did not show the output. So the three single quotes are working. No diamonds. Okay, now let us press enter. So it will convert the enter into the code. But if you write the multi-line uh, in script mode, then it won't show this slash n. It would show the code. Okay, moving on to accessing the elements of string. Let's take an example of x equals coding essentials. There is a method known as indexing. Each element have index number starting from 0 and increments towards the end. For example, C has the index number 0, O has 1, D has 2, I has 3, and so on. And also the white space has index number 6. So white space is counted. And the last 17th index number is of the exclamation mark. Let's see in the shell x equals, so 0th index is C, 6th index is white space, and 17th index is an exclamation mark. So this is what positive indexing looks like. Now let's talk about negative indexing. In reverse order, the last element starts with -1 and decrements towards the beginning. For example, -1 will show the exclamation mark and -18 would show capital C. So this is known as negative indexing. Let's move on to slicing. String can return a range of characters using slicing. For example, if we take the same x variable coding essentials, then the syntax of slicing is x square bracket a colon b, where a is the starting index and b is the ending in the range of characters you want. But remember that b is never included. Let's take an example. Let's just print coding. So as you can see, 6, the white space is not counted. Now let's take 7. Now the white space has counted. Okay, we can also do the negative indexing. For example, -11 to -1. It will give essentials. We can also do x0 colon and leave it like that. It will print all the characters after the a index or 0th index till the last. And if we write 7 colon, then it will print just essentials from 7th index to the last. So also you can do like this. The first index is empty and then print till 7th index. So it will print till 6th and 7th will always be neglected. So coding will be printed with a white space because 6th is a white space. Okay, iterative slicing. There is yet another method for slicing. Let's take the same example, coding essentials. Syntax is A colon B colon C, where C is the number of digits to skip. Let's take an example. X, X, 0, 8 and 2. We will take alternate digits till 8th index. So the 8th index is E. So C is counted, then D is counted, then N is counted, and then white space is also counted. Okay, now let's take another example. Okay, if we want all elements from 0, skipping 3 at a time, so we won't specify the second index and the third would be 3. So it will give us all the alphabet from first to last, skipping 3 digits every time. Okay, one more thing. I want to show you using this iterative slicing how to reverse a string. Like we will reverse the coding essential string using this iterative slicing. Just do empty colon so it and -1. It will start from -1, decrementing each element or index number at a time. So it will give the reverse of the string. So this is the method of reversing a string using iterative slicing. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's move on. String length. To get the length of the string, we use length function. For example, if we write len of x and give enter, it would show 18. So this is how you can know the length of the string. Let's go to string concatenation. To concatenate or to combine two strings, you can use the plus operator. So basically concatenation is combining two strings. Next, let's take an example. If we write x is equals to coding and y is equals to essentials and then print x plus y will give coding essential without any space. So this is known as concatenation of strings. So you can also assign the concatenated value of x plus y to another variable z and then print it. Also we can do print welcome to plus x plus y and enter. So it will print welcome to coding essentials. So this is known as concatenation of strings. Okay, so now comes strip method. It is the first string method. Strip method is an inbuilt function that will remove all the white spaces from the beginning or the end of the string. and untouching the white space in between of two words inside the string. For example, if we take x equals space coding space essentials space and do x equals x dot strip. So this is the syntax of strip method. And now print x. As you can see, the white space in front of the coding and white space after essential has been removed, but it has not touched the white space between coding essentials. So this is what string method do. The next one is lower. Lower is an inbuilt function that will return a string in lowercase. For example, x dot lower, taking the same example of coding essentials, it will convert the capital C and capital E to running case letters. So its job is to convert the capital letters to running case letters. Okay, moving on. Now comes the upper method. Upper is an inbuilt function that will return a string in uppercase. Let's take the same example and convert it into uppercase. So all the letters are converted to uppercase. So this is what upper do. Moving on to replace method. So replace method will replace a string with another string. For example, let's take x equals welcome guys. The syntax is x dot replace a with b, where a will be replaced by b. So let's take the same example. Welcome guys. Now x dot replace guys, sorry, guys with coders. So guys have been replaced with coders. So this is what replace method does. So this was all about replace. Now comes split and join. The split method splits the string into substrings if it finds the instances of the separator. What do I mean? Okay, let's see the syntax over here. X dot split. Inside inverted commas, we write the separator. It is comma over here because we want to separate coding essentials where the comma is. If we use the white space, then it's fine. If we use uh, S, then it will split all the different substrings where S is. So let's try them all. Let's try x equals coding, okay, space essentials and x dot split space. So it will return a list. I will tell you what list is in the next video. So it will return a list of sorry, two items that are being separated with this white space. Now let's try splitting it with S. So coding white space E will be one and the same, then S, then white space, then initial, then space, sorry, then exclamation. So this is how white space works. Now let's put this in like a split. Now let's come to join. sorry, the syntax of join is x is equal to, or a variable which you are assigning is equal to, in inside inverted commas you will put the thing you want to join all the items of list. So and then the variable in which the list is stored, it can be anything: list, tuple, dictionary, any iterable thing. I will tell you all these in the next videos. So let's try this. I will join it with a dash dot join y. So coding and essentials are joined with y. So this was all about split and join. Now comes the check string. To check if a certain string or character is in the string or not, in and not in is used. They are keywords. So let me explain. X equals coding essentials. Now if we want to check COD comes in the string or not, we will use X equals inside inverted commas the substring in X. It will return either true or false. For example, here X equals coding essentials. So if we write code in X and enter, it will print true because code exists inside the X variable. Now if we write code in X, then it will print false because the C is capital over here. Okay, if we write code not in X, it will print false because code is in X. So this was about the check string. Moving on to format. Okay, so this is highly important because you cannot mix string with a number. So you have to use the format function. For example, the syntax is x equals my age is curly braces and end the string, and we will assign age equal 20 and then write x dot format of age. So it will print my age is 20. Let me show you with an example. X equals my age equals 20 and x dot format and write the variable inside and press enter. So my age is 20. It won't print the curly braces, it will print your age variable, the value inside the age variable. Okay, now another example. If we take I was born in dash and my age is dash. If we take 2, then okay, so x equals I was born in and my age is. Now age is equal to 20 and year is equals to 1999. Now if we write x dot format, then first would be year and second would be age. it will print I was born in 1999 and my age is 20. If you don't want to specify the variables inside the format, then you can specify it in the x. For example, x equals I was born in. Now you should write the index of the variable you are writing in the format. Like if I want to write age in the first index, then I will write year in the second. So the index number would be 1 for year. So I will write 1 over year. Then and my age is, an index for age is kept 0. Okay, sorry, I forgot. Okay, now if I write x dot format, now write the first index first. So age is my 0th index and then year is my first index. So it will print I was born in 1999. If we do the opposite, then don't do this. I was born in 20 and my age is 1999. It won't make sense. So this was all about format. Now let's move on to escape character. If you want quotes in the output, we use a backslash before the quotes. For example, syntax is backslash before the opening quote and backslash before closing quote. Let's take the example of unagi. If I want to print inverted commas unagi, then first backslash, then unagi, then again backslash before writing the ending, and then end the string and enter. As you can see, there is a double inverted commas in our string. So this is how escape character is used. Or you can also do, you can declare the string with double quotes and use single quotes inside the word, or vice versa. Okay, let's move on to count. So it will count if the particular substring is present or not, and if present, how many times it has been repeated. So we'll take the example of x. So x equals x 5 times and y, and the syntax is x dot count and the character you want to count. So x dot count character x, so it will print 5, and that's correct. Now if I do x dot count y, that is also correct. It is 2. Okay, so let's move on. Now it is an checking. It checks if all the characters are alphanumeric or not. Is al num. So alphanumeric, al num. Characters that are not alphanumeric is space, exclamation mark, hashtag, percentage, ampersand sign, and question mark, etc. Okay, so let's take an example of space. So space is not an alphanumeric character, so it should return false. So x dot is alpha, sorry, is num. So it returns false. Okay, so this is how you check. Okay, moving on. Some similar functions are is alpha. If all characters are alphabets, let's check it. X dot is alpha. Oh, I'm sorry. Is alpha. Don't forget the brackets. Okay, so it is not all alphabet because it contains an exclamation mark. Now, is decimal. It will definitely return false because there are no numbers and it should contain all decimals. Is digit, it will return false because there are no digit. Is upper, no, it is not in uppercase. And is lower also will return false because all characters are not in lowercase. Okay, let's move on. So we'll solve this problem. It is of hakerRank for practice. So the task is read a given string, change the character at a given index, and then print the modified string. Input format is the first line contains a string s. The second line contains an integer denoting the index location and a character separated by space. Okay, so let's open script mode. First, save the file. Now, the first task is the first task is first line will input a string. So we will write x equals input. Now the second task is next line will contain an integer denoting the index location. So with and character separated by a space. So I will teach you something new over here. I is the index location and C is the character is equals to. So these both are variable. So they need two entries. So we'll write input then dot split. So it will work. The split function will work with the default value of split function is a space. So no need to mention it. It will split the input taken in two different parts. And the first part will go to the first variable and the second part will go to the second variable. Now we need to output uh, the string by replacing the index number given. So print x, sorry, 0 to I. So it won't print the ith, then the character to replace. So we will replace it by C plus. Now we will start with I plus 1, 2. We can also take out this. Okay, I forgot one more thing. We need to change the I to integer because the inputted value would be in the string method. So we will change the I into integer first. Now let's save it and run it in the module. Abracadabra. Fifth with K. Enter. So we got our output. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. See, it's the same output. Yay. So this is another question. This is very simple question. Let's read it. You are given the first name and the last name of a person on two different lines. Your task is to read them and print the following. Hello, first name space last name exclamation mark. You just delved into Python, sorry. So the input format is the first line contains first name and the second line contains the last name. So let's open our script. Okay, so x equals input, then last name y equals input. Okay, now print. Now let's use the string concatenation. So hello space plus x plus space plus y plus exclamation mark plus you just delved into Python. You just delved into Python. Okay, save it and run it in the first name coding, second name essentials. Hello coding essentials, you just delved into Python, so here's our required output. Hello Ross Taylor, you just delved into Python. So okay guys, so this was all about string and string methods. Thank you guys, I hope you liked the video.